So let's continue, my friends. So right here, so I'm gonna have this one is gonna have images and also the colors. So it's gonna be one singular div that has them both. For the class name right here, this one is gonna be flex and then flex call. So gonna be one under one, and we're gonna have the gap between them on the vertically by 6, and then also at x large screen. So when we go to an x large screen, simply we're gonna put them on the same row, so flex row like this. So in the beginning it's gonna be one under one, but when we go to a larger screen, we're gonna put them in the same line. So for the name right here, not logo, it's gonna be images right here. For the type right here, it's not gonna be profile, it's gonna be standard. Okay, we haven't created this type, so if we go back to image upload, we added profile and cover, but for the standard type it's just simply anything else than the profile and cover. The reason for that is because profile is just that has that one circular which allows you to upload one image. Also for the cover, that's if that's a nice styling for the cover, we don't want that. For now we're just going to have a standard component which is going to add the images one next to one and simply the button to remove them. So yeah, so let's create that. So we don't have to specify if type standard because it's going to be for anything else. I'm going to add a class name for this one, and it's going to have margin bottom 4, and this is going to have flex and then item center, and then also going to have gap for here. And then inside of here, I'm just simply now show the images. So if the value dot length right here is more than 0, and also we have this property, we have pass, which is don't show preview. So we have to make sure it is false so we can show the preview. So I'm gonna go when it's not true. And then in this scenario, scenario, I'm just gonna go right here and actually map through the array of strings. So value dot map right here, and we get an image right here, which is simply directly the URL of the image. So we can call this image URL, okay, like this. And then simply what we're gonna have, I'm just gonna return a div, and then for the key right here, let's make it the image URL, okay, like this. And then for the class name, gonna go here, and then for the class name we're gonna have relative, okay, and then the width is gonna be 200 pixels. This is gonna be the wrapping div for the images, so it's gonna have the width 200 pixels, and then also for the minimum height is gonna be 100 pixels, and also for the maximum height is gonna be 200 pixels, like this. And then inside of this div, I'm gonna have the image, okay. So I'm gonna have in this div, I'm gonna have two things: the button to actually remove, and also the div that's gonna have the image tag that's gonna include the image. So right here, this one is gonna be for the delete image button. So delete image button, and then right here is gonna be the images, or the image, because this one is gonna map through every single one of them. So for the image, I'm just gonna have an image tag here. We need to import that. I think we already done that. So right here, I'm just gonna go, we're gonna add property fill, okay, and then after that we're just gonna have the class name. So class name right here, which is gonna have the object cover, so object cover, and also rounded medium. So the fill is just simply gonna fill it for the parent div. So this div right here is gonna be filled, so it's gonna have the width 200, and also it's gonna take the height depending on the aspect ratio of the image or the actual size of the image. So, and then simply after that, we're just gonna have the alternative. So it's gonna be empty, and then the source right here is gonna be the image URL. So this is to show the images. And then also what I'm gonna have is just the button here. So let's do that. I'm just gonna have a div. So this div is gonna have a class name, it's gonna have Z10, so it's gonna be on top of the image, and it's also gonna be absolute, because when our position is absolute on top of the image, which is gonna be an icon. So on the top is gonna be by 2, and also right is gonna be 2. So it's gonna be in the top right, and it's just simply a button here. So this button, we didn't import it, so let's import it right here. So let's make sure that the type is button, so it doesn't submit our form. And then inside of here, I'm just gonna have an icon, which is trash from Lucid React. And then for the class name, I'm just gonna make sure, move right here. And then for the class name is gonna be width 4, and also the height is gonna be 4. And then we're gonna go to the type button, and right here we're gonna define the variant to be destructive. Okay, so destructive here for the button, and then this size is gonna be icon, so it's gonna have the same height and width, which is probably, I don't know what it was. If you go to the button, it will tell you. So right here, if you can see the size for icon, it is width 10 and height 10. Okay, so that's cool. And then also this is the size, and now we need to add a class name, and we're gonna make sure the image is rounded, so rounded, and therefore so rounded fall like this. So that's it for that. And now simply I'm just gonna have the widget. So I'm just gonna copy it again. So this one, and the widget is gonna be after this div right here. Actually it's gonna be where is it? Let me just close the div so I can know. So else we have this div here. This one we need to actually put this inside another div. Yeah, so I'm just gonna first of all just put this inside of here. Okay, and after this div here we can have that. So we're just gonna have that widgets. So I'm gonna have the widgets here. So this is the upload widget. This one is on success now, and simply just a simple button, okay, that says upload images. So now let's actually check this on the browser. So if we go back and refresh here first, I'm gonna go now to products new. So I'm gonna click on products, and then I'm gonna go to /new. Don't worry, we'll add the functionality for that later to navigate. So we are in products new, and as you can see, we're not gonna be able to see anything because we didn't add this. So we need to add this. So I'm gonna go to product details, and I'm gonna go and add it right here in the new page for the products. And we need to pass categories, which is gonna be categories. We need to pass the store URL, which is gonna be params also. So params and then .store URL. And we have a lot of errors, so that's gonna prevent us from seeing the page, as you can see right now. So I need to actually take care of that. So we have a lot of errors. So I'm gonna remove this for cover. So this one is gonna be removed, and every single one right here is gonna be removed. So what I'm gonna do is just remove everything for now, so we don't have any issue. Remove, and just let's change this to products ID and data.variant ID like this, and save. So when we do that, do we have an error still? Here we do have in the under submit, but that's not gonna prevent the UI from showing. That's only when we trigger that. So as you can see right now, we have store name, we have store description, but we don't see the one for uploading image. Okay, so let's actually do that. So I'm just gonna go back and see why it's not showing. So in the product details, we have this one, which is the form field for images. And then yeah, we added this class names right here. We need to remove that, so I'm going to remove that here and go back and see. It says right here please upload, but I don't see the button, or I may actually have an issue here for the button. So let's just make sure that this widget, I'm actually so dumb, I forgot to add return right here. So guys, just bear with me. So I'm gonna add this here. So now that we added return, we can actually see the UI. Okay, that was embarrassing, but it's not embarrassing, just doing something stupid. So now let's test the upload functionality. I'm gonna click upload images, browse, I select this image, and I click done right here, and it's done, and I got the image. But as you can see, if I click delete, it won't delete. So now I have to go back because we forgot to add the event. So for the button, we're gonna make sure when we on click on this button, so on click, we're just simply gonna use the on remove function. Sorry, on remove function. Where is it? Where is you? There is it. And then simply we're gonna pass the image URL here, and it's gonna look for the image with this image URL and will delete it. So now if I go back and click delete, it will delete it. But by default, for this exact scenario, like if you want to upload images in a different page like this, and you want to show them like this nice way, okay, this nice shape, and then also with this button right here, that's cool. But for this exact scenario, I don't want this. That's the reason I added the don't show preview property right here. So if you see this don't show preview, because for some components for the image upload, I want to upload the images, but I don't want to show the preview of those images there, because I'm gonna create a custom components that will preview the images in a nicer way, a larger way. You're gonna have all the images in a nice grid, and also it's gonna have this layer on top of it. When you hover, it's gonna allow you to extract the colors from that image, and also allow you to delete from there also. So that's the reason I'm passing the don't show preview, because I don't want to show the preview of the images. So that's why right here I said when the don't show preview is not true, so don't show preview right here is not true, then I will be able to see this. Because if this was true, I don't see the images. So the reason for this, now I'm gonna go back right here, and I'm gonna pass also the don't show preview here. So when I do that and I go back to my components, now I upload an image and I select an image, I upload it here. So let's wait a little bit. Sorry, Cloudinary. So I click down upload, and it's uploaded, but I can't see it because I'm passing the don't show preview. So that don't show preview, it just simply prevents me from seeing that preview of the images. And that is cool because I'm gonna create my own in the next video, and I'm gonna have this nice little grid, and it's gonna be just awesome. So that's why we did that. So that's it for this video, and see you in the next one, because the next one is gonna be very informative and also very good looking component. So yeah, let's do that.